An innovative program established the first co-ed debate team inside a jail, the Defense Coalition. And they didn't pick an easy opponent.
Who did they debate?
They took on the formidable Georgetown University debate team.
Wow, Georgetown debate is legendary.
Exactly. And the topic was universal voting rights for all citizens, regardless of criminal record. The incarcerated persons argued eloquently for their fundamental constitutional right to vote. This was after 12 weeks of intense study and preparation, delving deep into legal arguments, historical context.
So they put in the work. How did this intensely prepared D.C. jail team fare against Georgetown's best debaters, a team with all the resources of a top university?
Well, the D.C. jail team held its own remarkably well. They lost, but narrowly, 3-2 against Georgetown.
Jonathan Demme's 1984 masterpiece, Stop Making Sense, featuring the Talking Heads.
Ah, yes, an absolute classic.
It's a film that's still talked about, still celebrated nearly 40 years later. What makes it so enduringly powerful? What gives it that lasting spark?
Well, what's truly fascinating here, tying into our theme, is how the film itself becomes a kind of battleground for different, almost rival interpretations of performance and its power.
A battleground of interpretation.
Yeah. I mean, you have the film's unique minimalist start, right?
Right.
David Byrne, alone on stage with just a boombox.
So iconic.
Gradually adding musicians and equipment piece by piece. Then there are Byrne's own iconic, often offbeat dance moves, the unforgettable big suit.
The big suit.
Repeatedly intended to make his head appear smaller, strangely enough.
Yeah.
At Northwestern, chemistry sparks dynamic collaboration. Organic and physical chemistry research groups often clash creatively. Electrons mirror this intellectual conflict, dancing for stability. The friction between ideas fuels innovation and discovery. Researchers realized these dynamics could inspire real-world applications. They applied it to a plastic recycling breakthrough at Northwestern. The idea of breaking plastic polymers into reusable components emerged. Organic chemists focused on understanding molecular bonds. Physical chemists studied energy systems to power the transformation. Their collaboration created a novel chemical recycling process. The result was an efficient and sustainable way to reuse plastics. The discovery demonstrated the power of intellectual tension. Chemistry at Northwestern continues to push boundaries with mixed strategies. This atmosphere of creative friction drives continued breakthroughs. As with electrons and atoms, competing ideas create new stability. Yeah, where friction forges bonds, and tension between different approaches leads to new stability, new structures, new breakthroughs. At Northwestern University's chemistry department, for example, you see these organic versus physical intellectual tensions among research groups.
Organic versus physical chemistry. Okay.
Right. Electrons are constantly dancing for stability, vying for orbital space, much like those atoms or performers in Stop Making Sense's Spotlight Scrum, competing for attention and position.
Electrons as performers. I like it.
This collaborative yet competitive environment where different chemical philosophies clash and combine, it fuels incredible discovery.
And that friction forges bonds idea led to a significant real-world application at Northwestern, didn't it? Something groundbreaking in plastic recycling.
Precisely. And it's a prime example of how these competitive intellectual environments foster real innovation that matters. Okay, let's start with Oberlin College. It's a truly unique case that presents what you could call a structural sibling rivalry.
Structural.
Yeah, between its world-renowned Conservatory of Music and its traditional liberal arts college. The conservatory naturally focuses on professional training, technical mastery, performance, peak performance.
Right.
In contrast, the liberal arts side, say, the theater program within the college, emphasizes theoretical understanding, historical context, critical analysis.
Different goals entirely.
Very different philosophies. And the creation of their double degree program back in 1964 sort of formalized this tension. You could almost call it a Cold War ideological battle within one institution,
Wow.
with both sides competing for student hearts and minds, and crucially, for resources and the overall institutional identity. Who defines Oberlin?
That sounds like a constant negotiation of identity for the students themselves, too, trying to balance these two very different philosophies.
Absolutely. It's a living laboratory of that very tension for the students caught in the middle or choosing both. It manifests dramatically later on.
How does this sort of subconscious programming then manifest when the stakes finally get real, like with school?
Well, the seeds of future academic battles, these deep-seated narratives about a child's worth and potential, they're often planted and cultivated by those parental narratives long before college applications are even a distant thought.
Right.
The intense conflict that later emerges between siblings can often be a symptom, like a visible eruption, of these deeper pre-existing parental beliefs and expectations.
So when these ingrained dynamics hit the academic world, the stakes go even higher. Grades, test scores, class rank. They provide this very objective, almost undeniable scoreboard for sibling rivalry.
Indeed, the school environment provides a clear, quantifiable measure of ability that can be, well, brutally unambiguous sometimes.
Unlike maybe parental affection, which is more subjective.
Exactly.